Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda, and this is Gizmo.
We're the Newcomers. Today we're going to tell you all about our life here in Florida's friendliest hometown. On today's show,
what scenario would we consider moving from the villages?
And we're going to give you some pointers for a great lifestyle preview.
And if you bring a dog to the villages, what you need to consider first.
And I'm going to give you a heck of a good diet tip. All that and more on today's show. Hit it, Wally.
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
Jerry did it this week. Just did it. I made these wonderful brownies. They were delicious. They had this caramel icing on it. Actually, it was caramel latte, and it was amazing. Of course, latte is a little bit of a coffee taste. We had the whole pan to ourselves. So Jerry and I went, yay! So the next day, cannot wait to get into those brownies. So I opened the lid, and guess what I saw? Yeah. He took and cut the brownies in half this way. And he took the top parts where the icing is, and I get left with the yucky part down at the bottom. Pet peeve!
Well, that's my diet tip. Brownies are good, and we know that they have a lot of calories.
Yeah.
So what I did was take that big, thick brownie, turn it on its side, and cut most of the bad part off.
The bad part, yeah.
That's chock full of calories, and I just ate a smaller portion of the top with a little bit of icing on it.
Yeah.
And then, since she likes brownies with or without icing, she could have a brownie too. So in effect, I made one brownie into two, and I saved a whole bunch of calories.
Yeah.
So write that down in your book, guys.
Oh my goodness. And it sure has been hot.
It's been hot, and we've seen our occasional afternoon rain showers. In fact, we went to the squares twice, and both times there were lightning delays. If the lightning is within, I think it's a 10-mile radius, they have to shut everything down for a period of 20 or 30 minutes, and sometimes they restart and sometimes not.
Yeah, we were in water aerobics on Monday, I believe it was. No, I don't know, Thursday, whatever day. And guess what? We were in the water for 15 minutes, and then the black clouds we thought for sure was going away from us, but oh no. It came closer, and then lightning and thunder. So we all were out. It's just 15 minutes of my class. But, you know, I'm really glad that they do that and make sure that we're safe and we're out of the water and out of danger. But, yes, it's been hot. I have a lightning app on my phone, and I suggest you all get that. That's pretty nice. It'll give me a warning, lightning so many miles away, whatever. And I really like that app. So, yeah, it's helpful.
And last week, Lana wrote in a question, and she asked about driveway donations. You know, a lot of times people set things out.
Yes.
And lo and behold, we went to the mailbox, and look what was out there. That was a nice-looking golf bag. I don't need it. And that's one thing about folks here. They may put perfectly good stuff out there because we don't have the room to store it.
No.
So that's a great example of what's available out there from time to time.
That's right.
It's time for our viewer video of the week. Today's viewer is Adam, and he's going to give us a message, and I think Gizmo's going to answer this one.
Okay, Gizmo, little girl's got a question for you. Pertains to the dog parks. When we get down there this fall, will she need to display her license, her vaccination tags? What are the rules for the dog parks? As you can see, she needs to play. Thank you very much.
Hi, Adam and Lola. I like that name, Lola. And boy, I wish I could catch a frisbee like that. I'm not a good catcher. I've got 2 left feet. Oh, wait a minute, Lola, you have 2 left feet too, don't you? Well, anyway, you're a good catcher, Lola. And you're kind of cute. You don't need anything really as far as registration goes to have a dog here. They don't monitor that. But if you do go out in public, you're going to need a rabies tag. And you can get that from a veterinarian, as you know. In fact, I have a 3-year rabies tag. I'm good for 3 years. And if you ever have to go to a kennel, you're going to need a Bordetella shot. You probably know that. But they don't monitor you. You don't have to register anywhere. You just come here and you have a great time. See you when you get here.
That was a great answer.
Good job,
That was a
buddy.
really good answer, buddy. You did a good job. But I did a little research and I found out one thing that he didn't know, and I haven't even talked to him about it yet. But in Sumter County, you are supposed to have a license for your pet. We don't have one yet.
That's a license.
We got to get that for you. And to get that, you can find this information online, by the way, at sumtercounty.gov, I think.
Yeah.
All dogs, cats, and or ferrets 4 months of age or older
Ferrets, okay.
are required by law to be licensed and vaccinated against rabies.
Yeah.
All you need to do is provide proof. I think you can even do it online. You can email proof of that, and they will send you your license. It's free, but there is a license needed. I didn't know it either, buddy.
You better study next time. We have a question from Brenda. Question about the pools. What time do they close? And do the pools have lights for night pool parties? Well, they close at dusk. So when you're swimming, probably in the summertime, probably 8:30, 8 or 8:30, they're going to start closing the pools down. And there are no lights at the pools. They discourage any of the nighttime swimming because it could be dangerous. It's just, and no parties. We all kind of, everybody goes inside about 8:30 or 9, but and they lock the gates so no one can get in. So no lights and no parties.
Well, they would draw mosquitoes too, and bugs,
yes,
and all sorts. You don't want bugs in your pool water.
No bugs.
I called actually, just not to verify, but I didn't know she hadn't told me what she found out yet. And they said a half hour after sunset, they'll close the pool down.
Okay.
So sunset right now is about 8:30. So you could almost be there till almost 9 o'clock.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is from Robin. Robin writes, my husband and I might possibly be visiting the Villages this October for a few days. We'll most likely stay in the Brownwood Hotel. We've never been to the Villages before. What would you recommend for us to do while we're there for a short while? We're going to lump this in with another question that we had. Very similar thing from Ann. Ann writes, what are the top recommendations you have for folks coming on a lifestyle preview to make sure they get the most out of it? Okay, good question.
Very good.
And Gary writes, we get a tremendous amount of questions
Yeah.
concerning lifestyle visits.
Right.
We want to do a lifestyle visit next year. When is it best to go there? Okay, I'm going to take Gary's question first. The best time to do a lifestyle visit is when you are off. If you get off from work in June, take it in June. If you get off in September, take it in September. It's going to be more expensive when you get closer to December and January and February. But in the hotter months, it's only $99 a night, so that's a good deal. You're going to get a villa, you're going to get bikes, you're going to get a golf cart. We got tickets to a performance.
We
We
did.
got a voucher for free rounds of golf.
And I think you even get to play tennis too, a round of
You
tennis.
can
if
play
want.
tennis and pickleball and all that, anything that anybody else can do. So those are some things. But anytime you want, that's your lifestyle visit. Now, a lifestyle visit is designed to show you what the Villages has to offer. And it has a lot to offer. There won't be much sales pressure unless you want it. So you can have a little contact with your sales agent or a lot. It's up to
Right.
you. But I would suggest, and this is my recommendation, whether you're staying at the Brownwood Hotel, whether you're on a lifestyle visit, get a golf cart. You can rent one at the Villages Golf Cars, or use the one that they provide you with your lifestyle preview, and ride it, ride it, ride it. Go into as many neighborhoods as you can, visit the recreation centers, take it and go swim at the pools.
Yeah.
If you're a golfer, you can take it to play golf on just about any course.
Visit a lot of the rec centers because they're all different. They're decorated different. They're very charming. So
Yeah.
just it's fun to see the different rec centers.
One of the most important things for me would be talk to as many people as you can. See what their viewpoints are. See what kind of advice they can give you, and you'll come away with a kind of a better picture of what the Villages is all about. And that brings us to the next question.
And this is from Anne. Are there means to meet others who are doing lifestyle previews the same time we will be there? I don't think there's any scheduled programs because people are coming at different times, different days. You're going to be with your sales agents many times, viewing homes, neighborhoods. So there's no big get-together.
No, but like we said, go to the pool. That's a great time to interact with other folks.
Right.
You know, if you go to Alden Bungalows or Atwood Villas, those are great places to mingle with other people, and probably going to have some other lifestyle preview people there.
They will be.
But if anyone's listening from management, that might be a nice thing to do. Once a week, maybe from 6 to 7 at one of the rec centers, offer a little mingle session where people on Lifestyle Preview can go and bump into other people there, and they can chat and maybe have some punch or something like that. And it would make them feel good. They'd make some contacts, maybe make some lifelong friends.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true.
All right, this question is from Sharon. Sharon writes, can you have someone who currently lives in the villages talk about living there on a limited or smaller budget? Somebody who enjoys the lifestyle but keeps to a tight budget. Sharon, there's a misconception about the villages that the people that live here are all rich. I'm going to tell you, we just had a visitor here. He was a police officer. He's retired. I know a mechanic. I know a truck driver. I know a fellow that worked in a factory. These are not wealthy people. These are people that did save their pennies. And when you come here, you can clip coupons.
Yeah.
Or is it coupons? I've always said coupons,
Yeah, me too.
but a lot of people say coupons. What do you think out there, huh? And And you can shop smart. Mm-hmm. You know, you can, if you want to eat out, you can go, you know, Monday night, this place has a special. And Tuesdays, Taco Tuesday at a lot of places. And some of the country clubs have specials now and then. Mm-hmm. So you can do that. You can shop anywhere you want. You can go to Walmart, you can go to Publix, you can go to Aldi. You know, we've got all those. Mm-hmm. So, you know, people here do count pennies. You know, I've never understood why people said, well, they're griping about the price of food and they live in that big old house.
Yeah.
Well, you spent all your money on the house. That's why you don't have as much money for the food. You know, just because you spend a lot of money doesn't mean you have it. In fact, it means you don't have it.
This question is from Lisa. Are there animal shelters in the villages? What happens when someone passes and they have a cat or a dog and no close relatives to take the pet? Can you adopt? Well, there are no animal shelters in the villages, but there are some animal shelters outside. And many villagers do go and adopt a pet there if you want. Also, if you pass away, I know in fact in the newspaper I see many pictures of dogs and cats at the top that saying, would you like to adopt a pet? So I assume that is from some of the villages that have passed away. So
the villages is in parts of 3 different counties.
Yes.
You've got Sumter County, you've got Marion County, you've got Lake County.
Right.
I was told that each one of those counties has an animal shelter. Mm-hmm. So you can look that up on Google just like we do. Mm-hmm. But PetSmart, I talked to them, and one of those animal shelters, I'm not sure which one, brings dogs there on Saturdays from 10 to 2. They'll have an adoption hour there, well, 4 hours, and you can come there and look at animals that are up for adoption. And sometimes people write their animals into their wills. Yes. Or they'll make arrangements with a neighbor. I know that right over here that's happened. Mm-hmm. When someone is going into assisted living or something like that and they can't take the pet, they'll give it to a neighbor, get it back to their family, whatever. But PetSmart from 10 to 2 on Saturdays, that'll be a good place to try. Yeah. And we're told Ocala has an animal shelter, so you can try up there. Mike and Hank in Seattle, Washington, right? What scenario can you imagine that would motivate you to move away from the villages, Florida? Well, that's, you know, kind of similar to what about the dog question. I mean, you could go to assisted living, or maybe you want to go live with your family back in Virginia or Montana or Missouri or Minnesota or wherever it is. Or maybe you've had a health issue that just won't allow you to be in a hot climate, you know, or this humid climate. So that would be one of the big ones for us. Yeah, or if you do have a health issue that you need to be very much closer to your relatives, your children,
that would cause us to maybe move.
Yeah, maybe they
out
have
of
an
villages.
emergency or a health issue and they need us to move closer to them.
That's true.
You know, so that would be it. I mean, we're so far we're loving it. We're not planning on moving out.
Yeah.
It would take some kind of catastrophic deal to get us out of here right now.
This says no author to this one, but says, come on, Jerry and Linda. You say you've been there over 4 years. You are sharing advice, but you still claim to be newcomers. How about updating your name? Well, we like the name Newcomers because we were newcomers, but we're also sharing our knowledge now for newcomers to the villages. So we feel that that name fits and that we want to be as much help as we can.
Well, plus all our shirts have got it on there, you know.
Well, no, we do not.
No, but we
They
do get recognized by the name Newcomers. It's kind of our brand. If we change that now, you know, we've got to rechange everything. So, you know, we're going to keep it for the time being and see how everything works out.
Yeah.
But we hope you know us by the names Jerry and Linda. You know, you can Google us by Jerry and Linda if you want to, and we should come up. Jody writes, hi, do you leave the door to your glass lanai open all the time with your mini split running? We had a mini split. We put it in the sunroom and sometimes close it off when suggested we leave it open all the time for better electric usage.
Yeah.
We asked our people that just last week, didn't we?
We sure did.
We had AirFX over here. We have that contract with them. We told you about in another video where they come and service both our home air conditioner and the one in the mini split.
Right.
And we asked them that very same question because we don't turn it on all that often.
No.
And it's right through these. We have a set of 1, 2, 3, 4 doors over there, and we have 2 right here. And we generally leave them open
Yeah.
because it's very secure outside. So we leave that open. And he suggested that we turn on the mini split and leave it on 24/7.
Yeah.
You can see a picture of it there. It's set to 75 degrees. The home is usually set to
73.
73 degrees. We'll let you know about that experiment. We're just starting it. We're going to leave it on all the time, and we'll let you know if the electricity bill goes shh. Or as our fellow said, we might even come down a little.
That would be awesome.
Yes, it would.
This is from Will and Sue in Pittsburgh. Are there trains in the villages? We lived near some tracks growing up, and I wouldn't want to make the mistake of buying a home near a railroad track again. Well, there aren't any railroad tracks right square through the villages at all. There is a track outside on the edge of the villages. I don't hear it. I've never heard it here. Jerry said he's heard it one time, but I never did.
It's probably 5 miles from us.
Yeah.
And I heard it when the atmosphere is just right. Sound travels a long way. But it doesn't come through any neighborhoods belonging to the villages. It's on this. It skirts the western border out by 301, if you know where 301 is, all the way up to Highway 42. We've been stuck behind that train. When I go get my hair cut, oh yeah, I got a haircut.
He looks so handsome.
Got my ears lowered.
You got your ears lowered.
But there's a train right on 301 over there, and we have sat behind that train quite a few
Yeah, we
times.
have.
But not through a village's neighborhood. But that sound travels a long way.
Yeah, it
It's
does.
loud.
Yeah. And that goes to this next writer. Says, I just moved to Pennycamp a week ago, and I noticed the trains coming through very early in the morning. I wish I was told this by the realtor. I might not have bought the house. It wakes me up each time it comes through. Well, I am so sorry that's happening to you. I don't know what the sales agents or realtors are required to tell people about that. Again, if you're going to buy a home, you see where it is. I kind of start Googling and see where the railroad tracks are, where things are before you purchase a home. I'm sorry for your luck. I wish that didn't happen.
Look, I'm going to change your life right now. Get your pencil and paper and write this down. Baby earplugs. They're orange.
Yeah.
They are orange.
Yeah.
And they sell them in Walmart, and they're cheap. You get like 12 sets of them for $2 and something.
Yeah.
And you roll them, they're soft, and you put them in your ears.
Yeah.
I know somebody that uses them because their partner snores.
Who?
But they're very easy, and you use them. They're cheap. They're nice.
And you know what else works? Sound machines. We use sound machines at night. Turn it on, the brown noise, it's glorious. It helps with all sounds.
I'm the one that says it's glorious. And you
lulls
use
us
the
to
sound
sleep.
machine with the earplugs, and you're going to be all right.
I'm going to get you back for that.
Today, we're going to talk to you about all of the whatever we're going to talk to you about.
This pretty lazy. I think we blooped. That was pretty good.
That was almost.
Almost. That was really close.
Oh, no, here she
Oh,
goes.
okay. No, that's not right.
Anything you want.
It's your turn.
Oh, it's your turn.
It's my turn? Oh.
Your turn.
What would we consider moving from the villages?
Take 4.
Take 5. Take 6. Okay, here we go. Take 7.
Have I got anything on my teeth?
I don't know.
Last week, I made another mistake on the puzzle.
You did.
These puzzles are killing me.
Let's not do it.
Yeah, she said, stop doing it. Well, I just want to give you a little something to play with, you know. I didn't leave enough spaces at the bottom.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. It was just a big oversight. But the answer last week was the Villages Trolley Tour.
Yeah.
Okay. And this week we have a new puzzle, and I double-checked it, and I triple-checked it. It should be perfect. But I don't know if it's going to be easy or not.
Uh-oh.
This week's puzzle clue, it's black, white, and red all over.
It's time for entertainment news. Coming this week on July 26th at Lazy Mac's, and that's in the Lake Sumter area. Johnny Mac is opening with Angela McNacka. That should be a funny show. And then on August 1st through the 26th, the Studio Theater at Tierra del Sol is going to have called the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. And it's really a quirky musical, kind of a funny show, so you ought to partake in that.
And don't forget, there's free entertainment every single night,
Yeah.
5 to 9 in all the squares. Thanks to you, we've hit 14,000 Facebook followers. That's huge. That's a lot of followers for Facebook. But you know, we've noticed that when you comment, only maybe 20% of our regular commenters are following us. So I think it's hard to do. But what you do when you come on Facebook to the Jerry and Linda page, you see where it says follow right there? That's what you punch, that right there, and you'll be following us. And we surely would appreciate that.
Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah.
Jay Ryback sent this picture. Look at this. We talked about going outside the bubble last week, so he caught a picture of us when we went outside the bubble last week.
Yeah. I love that picture.
That's a good one, Jay. Time for shout outs.
This pretty lady is Sue. She's one of the workers in the Brownwood Paddock Square, and we saw her a little while back, and she was just so nice. We enjoyed our company that night.
Mike and Debbie are from Ohio. They say they're waiting until the time that they can move here. This photo was taken on their first anniversary. Mike's had that blue light treatment like I did. It's called photodynamic therapy. I'm doing really good,
Yeah,
ladies
you
and
are.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
I told you,
Yeah.
my face would be as soft as a baby's bottom.
Oh, I gotta touch it.
We're both in that club, Mike, so congratulations, and we hope to see you here soon.
Right. And this is Chuck, and we met him and his girlfriend down at Brownwood Paddock Square during the Hooligans concert. Boy, that's a great concert. And he lives in the village of Delena.
This is Maureen and Martin. This photo was taken at Edna's on the Green during their lifestyle visit. That is a great place to hang out. If you haven't been there, they've got those big oak trees and they have picnic tables underneath. You can bring your chair. They have live entertainment.
Yeah.
It's nice.
It's very nice venue. These are two of our very favorite people. It's Judy and Bill Layton, and we met them on one of our cruises, and they live up in that beautiful village of Harmswood, and they are two of the nicest people you'll ever want to meet.
Dennis and Sharon just sold their home in Shawnee, Kansas. They wanted to tease me a little bit and send me this picture of them at a Texas roadhouse with some of those divine rolls.
Oh, they're
I
tempting.
love those rolls.
Tempting
Oh.
you.
Okay, pal, are you ready?
Yeah, he's anxious.
Take it away, Gizmo.
Hi, everybody. Mom was rooting around the other night and she looked at Dad and said, "Hey, have you seen the dog bowl?" And Dad said, "No, I knew he could talk, but I didn't know he could bowl." People on our street were finding feathers in their yards, and somebody called the neighborhood watch, and they sent this guy over, and he caught the perpetrator. It was a neighbor's cat. It was a perpetrator. Dad's friend Ron said he was getting kind of chubby, so he told us he was going to start walking 5 miles a day. Now that was about 2 weeks ago, and we don't know where the heck he is. Oh boy. Hey everybody, thanks for sending these really fun jokes in. I really do appreciate it. See you next week.
You did a great job as always. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. That's going to do it for this week's edition of
Mailbag Monday.
Be sure and tune in for Thursday's show. I've got a couple of them in the works. Last Thursday, we had the interview with 3 of our,
Good friends.
well, they're friends and they're residents, and it was kind of a counterpoint to the 3 ladies from the week before.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that one, I think it's worth a watch.
If you haven't done it yet, please subscribe to our channel and follow us on Facebook. Until next time.
See you when you get here.